All right, we're looking good. So, wow, that's big. Let's see what we get. Some big buys coming in there. Got some big imbalances to fill here as well. So if we retest these and then get that's bananas. Some sellers. $25592. How much higher is that? So the value area high is basically where the resting liquidity is. Or so yeah, that's massive, isn't it? So we'll see if something big shows up when we get there, and if it does, we'll short it basically. Sound like a plan? I thought so. So the evidence here for me will be simply seeing the passive, the limit sell here, this massive sell. If I see that get executed on the footprint as a aggressive buy on the bid, then right here we are. This should be filling. So this is the value area. Yeah, there we go. There's the first. There should be more to that. So so far we're rejecting straight off that level immediately with a passive sell. I have entered straight away. To be honest, for my model, it would make sense to target that instead of significant lows further down. But I can also look. So we have got a massive low volume node that can easily be support. If we break higher, we squeeze. That's our low volume node. This is really interesting because on my as I said at the start, I was bullish, but having such a strong rejection at the value area high was too tempting. We've got a big imbalance there, which we've now filled. If this move here had broken the value area high and we were now like way above it, then I'd be looking to get in on a buy here. That would be cool. Still potentially, still perfectly valid. I'm actually going to remove my risk now because this is the place of risk for me, really. If we have aggressive buys here, which we are having some, this is the retest of the daily value area high. What's going to be right though? This is why the fractality of the profiles is so difficult. Yeah, if I'm looking at the daily profile, then we've broken the value area high. We're retesting now. We've got buyers coming in. If I look at the higher time frame custom profile, we just tapped the value area high and rejected straight off it. So this is why the subjectivity is so important. The fractality. So I've put So what I've done here is I've got a market sell here. Half the size of that, I've got a market buy here. Then I've got a buy stop here with a stop loss down here somewhere. Targeting the highs, targeting higher anyway. And my philosophy here is that because of the conflicting value areas, I have a higher conviction in this mean reversion trade, but that doesn't mean the alternative can't play out. So what I've done is I've entered here with a smaller position at the low volume node on the basis that this is a very obvious or very clean potential break and retest with the low volume node and the buyers stepping in here. So that implies higher. And if we're going to see that, we're also going to see the passive sell here squeezed. So therefore I've put a buy stop here, as well as having a small position here. I'm also risk free on the sell. So far I'm reasonably happy with how I've played this, but the subjectivity of the profile and the value area is difficult to be objective about. Here now to me, we've filled some imbalance. We've had some buys, but nothing massive and nothing continuing. I think that we're heading lower. We can also have a look and see on the book map whether we've still got this level here. So there's clearly something here still, which is going to be attractive to revisit. Either this position hasn't been entirely filled, or look at that, it's just moved. It's like it's the only passive order on the whole chart. Like, it's just a massive chunk there. Reduce my risk on, well, basically remove my risk on the buy as well now. Still got the passive order here hanging that seems to have become a target. So I'm not sure. The one thing I'm the least sure about is the buy stop. So I'm going to cancel that. I think that I don't have that much conviction in the move. If I look at the seller on the book map, that's pretty clean. So I'm at break even on both of my positions now, with a smaller buy stop at the top. And when we get here, I'll be watching the footprint for another another big number on the ask. Okay, so that's closed out one of my trades. This will be a good point to do nothing. So we're nearly back to the original level for one of these big buys. Such a massive low volume node. I want to see this tapped really. There it is. That was a mistake. Because I didn't wait to see buyers defending this level. I just hopped in. It's a small position, and it's against the position I already have open. And to be honest, I'm hoping to have Let's have a look here. What did I lose? 10? Alright. So if I hit my stop, I'm break even. That's fine. I'm hoping to see that I'm hoping to have learnt from yesterday's mistake of not observing the fractality of the different profiles before I traded. We had our open, we had a move, we had the value area high of the higher time frame range with a big passive seller that prevented price going higher. We nearly retested and didn't, and then we've come down into the low volume node that was made from the initial move out of the open. But that also brings us back inside the value area on the daily profile, which invalidates the original long thesis of this being the break and then the retest and then the continuation via the low volume node. So now, as far as I can tell, we are in a valid mean reversion trade, trading down to the value area low, unless the market tells us otherwise. I'm relatively pleased with how I've played this so far. Yeah. So soon I'll be looking to. Here we go. These are the other two imbalances where there were big trade buys that we're now revisiting. Oh, look at that. Is there anything on the book map? Not really. So that's aggressive sellers coming in. So if we break this low here on this 1 minute candle now, yeah, so I'm going to move my stop loss to secure some profit now. Ooh. Buyers defending. Yeah. Now what we want to see is we want to see sellers coming in as well. Yep, there we go. So we had a big buy, big sell. There weren't any significant passive orders here, so this is aggressive participants on both sides. Like so often we see the open, the sweep of the high, the sweep of the low, and then we're back in the middle by like like 3:30, 4. So I thought I got rid of that. Nuisance. I need to save the settings. Okay. Well, that's what I wanted to trade, but I kind of missed it. Thanks to magic keys. Shit ass. That was my opportunity to add to my position. This might be another one. I'm not going to add anything now because I wasn't. I want to be in clean if I'm in. And now we've swept the low from the open. We could just trundle back on ourselves. I'm gonna make sure I take my coins. There is something passive at this level. Again, more high volume sales that I'm protecting myself. Like I'm just gonna sit my stop behind and carry this through now. Some buys come in. 25380. If we get stopped out, that was a good trade. Very good. Sellers are still in control. And that's value area low. Now this is the test of the value area low. Nothing. There's nothing there. See the accuracy of that entry. So I'd be absolutely happy to okay. Some buys coming in. Bigger sells. Shish kebab. So I took an ad there because there was a big trade to hide behind. Might not work out. I don't want to take any risk. I don't want to give anything back, so I don't really want to trade this anymore. That's the truth. The truth is I'm done now. But I'm not seeing much buying strength at all. And there are some more levels here that are interesting to trade. Ooh, okay. See, that's kind of invalidated my setup, really. That big buy, because that's an aggressive buy. I want to see this low taken, or otherwise I'm toast. Because there's a low volume node here that completely invalidates the entry for me now. If we break this low, I'm going to break even straight away. Because that can mean a squeeze of the buyer. and that's risk free. So I did spot that there was a gap, which is what I'm targeting. But I think I may as well be targeting the lows here now. Or maybe I'm going to be out of break even in a few seconds, which is fine. Yep. That was nearly a silly loss. Take a deep breath. Zoom out. We've got the break of the value area low. We've got a low volume that was made. Low volume node that was made. We've got the test of the low volume node. So what I'm interested in here is whether we get some big buys come in with some real conviction. That was probably it. I'm not going to trade this anymore.